Stop. Before you tie that trash bag, I want you to realize something that might hurt. You are quite literally throwing your retirement freedom into the back of a garbage truck. Most people think a comfortable life on a fixed income is about picking the right stocks or waiting for a bigger Social Security check. But after 15 years of auditing household budgets and helping seniors reclaim their financial independence, I can tell you the real secret isn't what you earn. It's what you refuse to throw away. We've been conditioned by big box retailers to believe that every problem has a $19.99 solution sitting on a shelf. It's a trap. And honestly, it's a trap that's costing the average American senior over $6,000 a year. That's a vacation. That's your grandkids' Christmas. That's a massive safety net. I'm talking about trash. Items you're tossing every single day without a second thought that could be putting $500 back in your pocket every month. It sounds a little crazy, I know. But stick with me, because once you see the math, you'll never look at your kitchen bin the same way again. If you're tired of watching your hard-earned money evaporate into thin air, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It helps me know you're ready to stop the bleeding and start keeping more of what's yours. Let's look at the first silent budget killer, the Tupperware trap. Think about the last time you bought a set of plastic storage containers. You spent $20, maybe $30. 6 months later, they're stained, the lids are missing, and you're worried about chemicals leaching into your leftovers. Meanwhile, you're rinsing out high-quality, heavy-duty glass jars from your pasta sauce or pickles and tossing them in the recycling. Stop doing that. Those trash jars are actually medical-grade storage. They're airtight, they don't hold odors, and they're freezer-safe. When you stop buying plastic and start upcycling your glass, you aren't just saving the $30 on the initial set. You're saving the $50 a year in replacements. But it gets better. I've seen clients use these jars to buy in bulk: beans, rice, spices, saving another $40 a month on grocery markups. It's a small shift, but we're just getting warmed up. Now, you might be asking, how does some old glass add up to $500? Here's the secret. It's about the replacement cycle. Take your kitchen cleaning. Most of us are addicted to the paper towel tax. You're spending $15 to $20 a month on rolls of paper that you use for 5 seconds and throw away. That's $240 a year literally burned. Smart seniors look at an old, frayed cotton t-shirt or a worn-out bath towel and see a lifetime supply of heavy-duty cleaning rags. You cut those up, and suddenly, your paper towel budget drops to zero. If you're thinking, I don't want a house full of rags, I hear you. But when you realize that one old t-shirt replaces 3 rolls of the quicker picker-upper, the math starts to get very loud. But we need to talk about the most expensive trash in your house, and it's probably sitting in your refrigerator right now. I'm talking about the ends of the onions, the carrot peels, and the bones from Sunday's chicken. Most people see waste. I see $15 worth of organic, sodium-free bone broth. The average carton of decent stock at the store is pushing $5. If you cook twice a week, you're spending $40 a month on flavored water. By keeping a scrap bag in your freezer and simmering it once a month, you're not just eating healthier. You're clawing back nearly $500 a year on one single grocery item. It feels like pennies, right? But when you stack the glass jars, the rag replacement, and the scraps to soup method, we've already found nearly $100 a month in savings. And we haven't even touched the items that are costing you the big bucks yet. There's one specific item in your bathroom that you're likely throwing away 20% of every single time, and the industry is counting on you to keep doing it. I'm talking about the humble plastic tube. Whether it's your $15 toothpaste or that $40 anti-aging moisturizer your dermatologist recommended, you are leaving money on the table, literally. The design of these tubes is a masterpiece of corporate engineering. They're built to feel empty when there's still nearly 20% of the product trapped in the shoulders and the neck. If you're tossing that tube when it stops squeezing, you're throwing a $5 bill directly into the trash. Take a pair of scissors, snip the end off, and you'll find enough product to last another week or two. Do that with your prescriptions, your lotions, and your toothpaste, and you've just found an extra $150 a year. It's not being cheap. It's refusing to be scammed by a design meant to make you rebuy faster. But it gets even more interesting when we move from the bathroom to the garden. If you're a senior who enjoys a beautiful yard, you've probably noticed that bags of fertilizer and soil boosters have skyrocketed in price. It's highway robbery. Yet, every morning, you're probably dumping a gold mine into the trash. Your coffee grounds. Most people think of grounds as waste. In reality, they are a nitrogen-rich, slow-release fertilizer that roses, hydrangeas, and tomatoes absolutely crave. In my years of helping folks optimize their home costs, I've seen garden enthusiasts save $30 a month just by skipping the Miracle Grow and using what's left in their French press. Plus, if you have a pest problem, those grounds act as a natural barrier against slugs and snails. You're solving a problem and feeding your hobby for $0. 0. Now, you might be asking, Porter, I'm not a gardener. What's in it for me? Well, let's talk about your mailbox. It's usually filled with junk mail, newspapers you didn't ask for, and those glossy circulars. Most of us walk from the mailbox straight to the recycling bin. Stop right there. That junk is actually high-grade packing material and the best window cleaner money can't buy. If you're still using expensive microfiber cloths and Windex on your mirrors or windows, you're doing it the hard way. Old newsprint and a little vinegar leave a streak-free shine that professional cleaners swear by. And if you're shipping a gift to the grandkids, don't you dare go to the UPS store and buy $10 worth of bubble wrap or packing peanuts. That junk mail, shredded or crumpled, provides better cushion and costs you nothing. Here's the thing that most financial gurus won't tell you. Wealth isn't built by hitting a jackpot. It's built by plugging the leaks. Think about your egg cartons. Most people see cardboard trash. I see a $20 solution to a disorganized workshop or craft room. Those little divots are perfect for sorting screws, buttons, or medications. I've even seen smart seniors use them as seed starters in the spring, saving them the $25 they'd usually spend at the nursery for plastic trays. But we need to pivot to something a bit more invisible. There is an item in your kitchen, something you likely use and toss every single day, that is actually a secret weapon for home maintenance. If you knew what it could do for your plumbing and your appliances, you'd never let a single drop of it hit the drain again. I was talking about cooking grease and fats. Most people finish frying up some bacon or browning ground beef, and they do one of two things. They pour it down the drain or they toss the gunk in the trash. Pouring it down the drain is a $1,000 nightmare waiting to happen. I've seen more senior budgets ruined by a fatberg in the main line than almost anything else. But tossing it, that's just throwing away liquid gold. Smart seniors strain that bacon grease and keep it in a small jar in the fridge. That's your high-flavor cooking oil for the next month, replacing that $8 bottle of vegetable oil that's mostly chemicals anyway. Or, if you're a nature lover, mix those fats with some of those leftover breadcrumbs and birdseed. You've just made high-energy suet cakes that would cost you $5 a pop at the hardware store. But it's not just about what's in the pan. Let's talk about those tiny little packets that say do not eat. We find silica gel packets in everything. Shoe boxes, vitamin bottles, new bags. We treat them like toxic waste. In reality, they are a senior's best friend for preserving high-value items. Toss a couple in your toolbox to prevent hundreds of dollars in rust damage to your wrenches and saws. Put one in your jewelry box to stop silver from tarnishing. Drop one in your file cabinet where you keep your birth certificate and deed to prevent that musty smell and yellowing. These little bags are dehumidifiers for free, saving you a fortune in restoration costs down the line. Now, before I give you the final, most surprising item, I want you to look at your kitchen drawer. Specifically, the aluminum foil. We've been told that foil is a one-and-done item. That's a lie sold to you by the manufacturers. If you've used a piece of foil to cover a casserole, don't throw it away. Rinse it off. A crumpled ball of used aluminum foil is the world's best scrubber for cast iron or glass baking dishes. It's tough enough to get the burnt-on cheese off, but it won't strip your seasoning like a $10 steel wool pad will. And here is the pro tip. Take that used foil, fold it over 3 or 4 times, and cut through it with your dull kitchen scissors. The friction actually realigns the edges of the blades. You just saved $15 on a sharpening service or $30 on new scissors just by cutting the trash. When you add it all up, the jars, the rags, the broth, the garden fertilizer, the empty tubes, and the saved plumbing bills, you aren't just saving a few cents. You are reclaiming a $500 monthly surplus that the modern world tried to trick you into giving away. That $500 is your power. It's your independence. It's the difference between getting by and actually enjoying the retirement you spent 40 years earning. If you're ready to stop letting the throwaway culture drain your bank account, make sure you've subscribed to Smart Senior Secrets. We're pulling back the curtain on the things they don't want you to know about your money, your home, and your health. Because being a smart senior isn't about having the most money. It's about being the person who knows how to keep it.